little short, tiny announcement thingies. We're just going to say it that way. I am going to go through the Zodiacs today. We're not going to do Reiki. Here's why. Apparently, the universe felt that I needed some more challenges for this emergency move, and I have a kidney stone. I don't feel great. Nausea is not being very nice to me this evening. So I am just going to read for the Zodiacs. I'm just going to read for the Zodiacs, and it is kind of going to be short and sweet, just so you guys know. So if y'all could kind of let people know as they come in, for those of you guys on TikTok, I would appreciate it. My mods will let people know as well. In the meantime, don't forget that the 999 portal is coming up next week. There is a coupon code for the website, which is literally just 999. We'll get you $13 off of any tickets from now until the 9th. And then if you get a ticket for one of my live stream events for the 999 portal, you also will get a free month of beginner mentorship classes, because a lot of people need it really badly. So I know you guys are used to Reiki. I know, and I apologize, but I feel like shit. I feel like shit. And to be honest, I really struggled with not doing Reiki this evening. I've been kind of struggling with it all day, because I know that a lot of you guys depend on me for your Monday nights for Reiki, and I feel the pressure of that a lot. So when you guys think that I don't care, or I'm not thinking about it, or whatever, I'm just a person. Like, that's it. I'm just a person. I'm just a person. So just gonna say that. All right. Caps, I've already got one card drawn for you. I'm just going to do 2 cards per zodiac sign and go from there. Okay, Capricorns have to be extra and have 3 right off the bat. And have 3 right off the bat. We're just going to manifest no feral Capricorns, because I barely survived this feral Capricorn energy this last week, and I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it again. So we're going to manifest that there's no feral Capricorns. So we have the Leper King, which is the sword of law, which is truth and justice and duty. And then we have Hawthorne, which is rejection, consequences, and culture. Mediation, consequences, and what the hell? Okay, anyway. Then we have the Maestro, which is understanding, community, and ingenuity. What I find very interesting is these are 3 very intense placements, deities, etc. You have truth and justice, which, if y'all didn't know anything about Capricorns are, they don't seem like it, but they're really, really rule followers. I don't look like I would be a goody two-shoes, but I am terrified of getting in trouble. So there's that. Every Capricorn I know is like that. They are terrified of getting in trouble. Didn't say all of them. I said the ones I know. Capricorns, this is a week where you are full on inspired to get back to those goals, that list of goals, wants, hopes, dreams, the things, etc. You're also having this kind of dual come to Capricorn talk. Actually, it would be a come to Jesus talk, because if Jesus was actually born on December 25th, then he's a Capricorn. So you're having this intense come to Capricorn talk about getting back on your goals and dreams and hopes and all of the hardcore things, and then also getting back on your spiritual journey. So this week is going to be an intense reset for you Capricorns. Y'all went through the feral week last week, and thankfully we do not have feral Capricorns, but you have this right here, which starts off the Capricorn read, and this is all about truth, justice, duty, what Capricorns think they should be doing for them. And I think that that is fantastic. So Capricorns, this is a week where you are, I don't want to say back on your bullshit, because that's not the case. Y'all are really looking at what you've been leaving off of your goals. You're looking at that list that you have. I know you have lists. Every Capricorn has a ton of lists. You're looking at all those lists. And then you're also looking at your meditative self, your spiritual self. Caps, this is a very empowering week for you. A very, very empowering week for you. And I think that this is fantastic. This is you getting back up on the horse. And not just the horse, but like a bigger, better, badder war horse. So I'm here for this, Capricorns. Stones for the week for Capricorns. Tiger's Eye and Obsidian. Tiger's Eye and Obsidian. Capricorns, you are the war horse. We're just going to go ahead and you're the war horse. For those of you guys who are like, I don't know what the spiritual meaning of that would be. If you can't find the spiritual meaning of war horse, it's kind of self-explanatory, but the horse is your spiritual animal for the week. Thanks, Aquarius, because that's what I needed to do, was go digging for cards. Aquarius. So I guess the Capricorns had 3 cards, so Aquarius needs 3 cards. See you, Aquarius. Oh, you have Lilith, which is hunger, animism, and instinct. And then you have the thinker sideways, which is knowledge, it's reinvention, and it's sideways. Oh, I don't even want to look at this other card. I don't know what we would do. We're not quite feral Aquariuses. Yes, we kind of are. This is the Queen of Shadows, and it's wrath and instability and suspicion. And it's sideways, and this is how this one fell. It's sideways like this, with Lilith being the deciding factor in those two. So, Aquarius, this is an interesting week. You are going to be either all about reinventing yourself and doing a Capricorn type thing, getting back up on the horse, getting all of your goods and your goals and your ducks in a row, or you're feral. And there's no in between. If you have an Aquarius in your life, just know that they're going to be shifting back and forth from let's go, I'm on my list, I'm on my game, to absolutely feral, and they're not going to listen to a word that you're going to say. I'm a little intrigued. I'm like, my sister's an Aquarius. Both of her kids have COVID and she's not feeling good. That would make someone very feral. I'm really curious of how this is going to go. So those of you guys that are Aquariuses, I'm going to need some feedback on your week, because reinvention and on your list and on your stuff and on your goals, and then feral. Just back and forth. Just back and forth, switching to those things. I love you, Aquariuses. I love you, Aquariuses. I do. I do. If y'all have an Aquarius child, know that it is going to be that kind of week with them. If you have an Aquarius significant other, know that it's going to be that kind of week with them. There's not going to be any warning before the feral hits. I'm just letting you know. Aquarius, and I hesitate to say this, but you know it's going to come out of my face anyway. This might be a good week for you to do some baneful workings. You have the mindset for it, and usually you don't. So this is the week for you to do some baneful workings. Stones for Aquariuses. Black Moonstone and... ooh, there's like 3. Black Moonstone, Fluorite, and Amethyst. Okay? You guys are... y'all are the hawk this week. Y'all are the hawk this week, Aquarius. All right. Pisces, I already have your cards drawn. Pisces, before we even turn over your cards, I'm letting you know this is going to be a very intense week for you, and I'm going to tell you why. We have Saturn today going into retrograde in Pisces. We have a full moon in Pisces on the 7th that there will also be a full lunar eclipse with. We won't see it in the United States, but we'll still feel the energy. So Pisces, I'm just going to let you guys know right now before I ever turn these cards over that this is a very, very intense week for you. Okay? Y'all have Charon the Ferryman, which is necessity, focus, and transition. And then your other card came out like this, kind of whopper-jawed, and that is the caretaker of the lost. I'm not gonna lie, when I looked at it, I legitimately for a minute I paused because I was like, we can't do feral Pisces. We can't do feral Pisces, not with the full moon in Pisces, not with Saturn retrograde. Like, we can't. But y'all are the caretaker of the lost, and this is respite, this is assistance, and this is memory. So y'all are doing some deep, intense transformations this week. Some very deep, intense transformation this week. This is you hardcore looking through everything about you. It's not just goals. It's not just money. It's not just like financial aspects. It's not just that. You're looking at intense shadow aspects of yourself and looking to see where it is that you have kind of let yourself down. Does that make sense? And y'all Pisces are going to take this really hard until you realize that you didn't let yourself down, that you just were realizing how to actually do the thing. Just saying. I'm just saying. It's going to be a very intense week, Pisces, a very intense week. For those of you guys that have Pisces in your life, know that they're going to be a little brooding and then also a little short. And it's going to kind of be like at the same time. Don't take it personally, okay? If you have a Pisces in your life and you know that, you know, they're being a little short or whatever, it's mainly because they're doing a lot of really, really deep, intense inner work. What I love about this Pisces is that this full moon coming up in Pisces next weekend, next Sunday, is going to be one that is really going to realign you with fate, with what fate has in store for you. And I love this. I'm all about this. I'm all about this for you, Pisces. Stones for Pisces. I'm going to say clear quartz. I know that you don't want to amplify this, but I also know that you do want to amplify this, so that way you can get it taken care of. I'm going to say clear quartz and smoky quartz, okay, at the same time. Clear quartz and smoky quartz. Y'all are the snake. Y'all are the snake. All right, Aries, are we ready? Of course, the Aries have to have 3 cards, because why wouldn't they? Because why wouldn't they? Y'all have the Lady of Masks, which is reclamation. That's such a weird word to say. Reclaiming one's self, surface appearance, and vanity. Then you have the Prince, which is the forgotten adversary. This is sorrow, lost valor, and serendipity. And then you have the Ageless, which is healing, graciousness, and acceptance. Aries, y'all are sort of, words are not my friend. Y'all are going through a very intense roller coaster this week. The first few days, you're really feeling this Saturn retrograde, and Mercury will be going into Virgo tomorrow on the 2nd. So you're really feeling these 2 placements extremely deeply. You're reclaiming yourself. You're looking at your physical self a lot. So those of you guys that have Aries, kids, significant other, you, the mirror is going to be your friend. You're going to be all about the mirror the next few days. Just looking at you. And it's not so much going to be the Johnny Bravo, you know, I'm pretty thing. It's going to be, when did that wrinkle get here? When did my hair turn this way? You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be a lot of really interesting vanity type features, and you pulling out old clothes that you haven't worn in a long time, or your favorite pair of boots that you've had for several years, or it's just going to be you reclaiming your surface appearance. Then it's going to shift into this, and this is like a sorrow, lost valor aspect. You're going to be looking at things that are like perceived losses. I didn't want to say losses, but it's the only word I could really think of. Perceived losses. I don't want to say failure because y'all aren't looking at them as failures. Y'all are looking at it as you lost this item, like that kind of loss. Does that make sense? So y'all are going to be doing like this mental assessment of, okay, this. You know, I feel like I lost this here and that here and this here. Y'all are going to be kind of doing a reassessment. I'm not so much worried about the sorrow aspect. I am a little bit because, I mean, anytime you're looking at something that you lost, it's not like you're like, oh, yay, I lost my favorite pair of boots. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that kind of thing. And then into this weekend, like Friday through Sunday is this. And this is a lot of acceptance. I know it's a lot of graciousness. It's a lot of accepting where you are in life. And I know that you Aries are sitting there like, this week sounds like shit. Like, I don't want to do this. But I want you to look at it in this manner. You Aries don't ever do anything half-ass. You're a cardinal sign. You don't half-ass shit. That being said, when you decide to go through a transformation, you don't drag it out either. You hoard everything until you're ready to deal with it. Then you deal with it and bam, you're done. So that's what this week is. You've been hoarding all of these aspects, and this is the week that you're going to reclaim some things. You're going to look at the things you've lost, and you're going to accept where you are and move forward. This is an empowering week for you as well, Aries, just because of all of these aspects. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? It's going to be a week where you kind of get back up on the horse as well. Stones for Aries. I'm going to say red jasper and carnelian. Those two go really, really well together. They also look really pretty together. You can wear them on either hand. On either hand. I know y'all are not going to like this animal, but I want you to look up the spiritual meaning of it. Y'all are the donkey, okay? I know you're like, wait, the Capricorns got a war horse and we got a donkey. Just look it up. Just look it up, Aries. Just look it up. All right. Taurus. Are we ready? All right, moving right along. I mean, I guess it's only fitting. Because Tauruses are the kings and queens of the pettiness of the zodiac. But, you know, last week it was Capricorn's turn. And this week, apparently, it's Taurus's turn. Y'all have Abaddon. And this is malice and pestilence and corruption. And then you have the caretaker of the lost, Whopperjawed, which is memory, respite, and assistance. So the Tauruses are 100% on their petty game this week. They are 100% on their petty game. They're feral, but in a complete evil, feral way. And I actually mean that in the best of ways. I feel like, okay, let me say that again. When y'all think of Abaddon as a prince of hell, what would you think of with that? Not just the evil, okay? Let's put the good or bad aside. What would you think of that? If someone, something, some being has risen up to be a prince of hell, that is power. Yes? That is cutthroat, absolute power. Right? That is Taurus energy this week. That is Taurus energy this week. The caretaker of the lost card being kind of whopper-jawed like this means that you're really looking at where you have poured way too much energy into things, people, situation, etc. that do not deserve it. That do not deserve it. I'm going to tell you guys this. For those of you guys that have Tauruses in your life, you might not hear from them a lot this week. They might be in their man or woman cave or office or bedroom or whatever. Their Tauruses are kind of self-isolating this week because they are getting some shit done. They are utilizing this intense Abaddon energy. This really intense Abaddon energy. Taurus, my only ask is this. Because I'm giving you this cheat sheet and you already know that this is coming up. You already know you're kind of going to be an asshole this week. Maybe have a safe word with somebody. Have a safe person that you trust that can be like, hey, you're kind of being a dick. You know, like, maybe tone it down a little bit. But here's the thing, Taurus. I'm kind of here for this energy. I'm kind of here for this with you guys. This is complete, ruthless. This is my path. This is what I'm doing. You aren't stopping me kind of energy. And I'm here for it because I know that it takes a lot to push Tauruses to get to this level. It doesn't take a lot to push Taurus to get petty, but it takes a lot to push a Taurus to actually get to this cutthroat level. Just saying. Just saying. So, stones for Taurus. Smoky quartz, garnet, and onyx. Smoky quartz, garnet, and onyx. Y'all are the Gila monster. That is who you are. That's your yeah, y'all are the Gila monster. All right, Geminis, are we ready? For those of you guys that are just joining, or maybe you skipped over this part when you started watching on YouTube, before I get into Geminis, there's a couple of big things coming up that if you guys want to get a ticket for the 999 portal live streams that are going on leading up to the portal, on the portal, and then there is a portal ritual that I will be doing on the 9th. You guys can grab a ticket for those. Anybody that grabs a ticket for anything with the 999 portal, whether it's the readings or the ritual, you get a free month of classes. You heard me right. A free month of mentorship classes. If you use the code 999, you get 13% off of any ticket. Now, if you want to use a code to get the free classes, it's portal, the word portal, 999. My mods will pin it. Also, on next Monday, on the 8th, and then again on the 9th before my live stream. So if you miss it on the 8th, you get one more chance on the 9th. I'm going to make a major announcement for something that's coming up next year that I have been in the works for. Have had in the works. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to miss that. I will announce it at 9:30 on the 8th and then at 7 on the 9th. Y'all don't want to miss that. Just saying. You're going to shit cookies. It's going to be great. It's for next year. It's for next year. All right. Ready, Geminis? Y'all have King Arthur, which is championship, nobility, and self-realization. And then you have the Poet of Avalon, which is fame and stagnation and pride. And I love this. I love this, that A, they're facing away from each other, and B, it's two colors. Look, all of the warm colors, all of the cool colors. I love it. All right. Geminis. This, y'all are not going to want to hear this, but this is a very intensive self-realization week for you. It is. It's a very intensive self-realization week for you. This full moon and this intense Pisces energy is affecting that really sentimental side of you. It's not going to be a bad week. So I know some of you Geminis are like, look, I had kind of a rough week last week and I don't want to do that again. It's not. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying, though, is that emotionally, you're going to have a lot of self-realizations. Like, oh my God. Those things like, oh my God, I'm attracted to that particular zodiac sign because of, you know, I never got the emotions that I needed from a parent. So that's why I'm always drawn to that zodiac sign. Or, oh my God, I do this and I'm hurting my own self with it because of XYZ. Like, there's a lot of intense emotional revelations that pop up for you this week, Gemini. Now, your natural Gemini instinct is going to be to go into some little dark cave and not come out until you brain through all of that. Don't do that, Geminis, okay? Here's your first self-realization, Gemini. We all see you. We love you, Geminis. We love you. We all see you. We all know when you get upset, you do like an earth sign and you go where you think no one sees you. We see you. It's like a giraffe trying to hide behind a blueberry bush. Like, we see you. We see you. If you're having that week of self-isolation, Gemini, and you are going to, at least reach out to somebody and give proof of life, okay? Just a text, I'm here, I'm okay. Just reach out, okay? Okay? This is one of the things I love about Geminis. Geminis get a bad rap for the dual, the twins, all that stuff. But on the outside, the vast majority of Geminis are like very bubbly and outgoing and so on. And I know some of you Geminis are like, I am not. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Every Gemini I've ever met is that way. Y'all are very charismatic. You make friends super easy. You communicate really, really well. On the underside of that, though, underneath that mask, you guys are very, very brooding and hardcore, and you are so mean to yourselves, and that air sign overthinks everything. I love that about you guys because you guys are the chameleon of the zodiac. You can get along with anybody. You can befriend anybody. You can walk into any room and be comfortable. You internally may not be comfortable, but on the outside, no one can tell that you're not comfortable. Like, y'all are the chameleon of the zodiac, and it's fantastic. And it's fantastic. I love it. I love you guys. The Geminis will always be one of my favorite zodiac signs. All the Tauruses just went and did that. But Geminis will always be one of my favorite zodiac signs. Geminis and Capricorns get along like peas and carrots. Stones for the week for you Geminis. Fluorite and Iolite if you have it. If you don't have Iolite, Labradorite is going to be the next best thing. If you just need to go shopping this week and get some Iolite. Oh no, darn, damn, oh no. Iolite is a fantastic stone. It's a darker denim blue color. That is a swift kick in the ass for your spiritual journey. Gemini, I want to give you a fish, but the problem is I'm not sure what fish. Just fish. Let's just say the fish. You are the fish. Because I was like, well, I need to narrow it down. And then I was like, no, you're not a catfish. You're not a salmon. So just the fish. Okay? Just the fish. All right. So my little Cancer babies. We ready, Cancers? We ready? Also, the Poet of Avalon. Y'all watched me shuffle. The Poet of Avalon, which is fame, stagnation, and pride. Ooh. Cancers. Let's talk about this real quick. Up until Friday, y'all are going to be feeling this hardcore, woe is me, nothing's going my way, you know, I should be getting this and this and this and this. Y'all are going to be looking at all of this stuff like just the poor pitiful me. Really? Apparently Linda is a Cancer. Apparently Linda is a Cancer. Because did you notice when I said that my computer went off, and then when I turned it back on, it opened up to a short of rain, of thunderstorms. I had on the Reiki music. So, okay, Linda, I hurt Linda's feelings. I hurt Linda's feelings. For those of you guys that are new to watching me, Linda is my computer. I have a dual screen computer, and Linda be Linda-ing. So apparently Linda is a Cancer, and you can't make this shit up. And that was really funny. That was actually really, if you think about it, that was really funny. Y'all are having a poor, pitiful me week, okay? Which means at work, you're going to be just wanting to be by yourself. You don't want to talk to anybody. You just want to knuckle down and get the work done. At home, same thing. You just want to sit on the couch or be in the garage or go take a hot bath forever. You just don't want to do anything or talk to anybody, okay? But, because all the Cancers in here are sending me dagger eyes. But, I want you to take your dagger eyes back, Cancers. Take them back. I'll wait. Are they gone? Nope, I still see a couple. Take your dagger eyes back, Cancers. This weekend, you have the Golden Empress. This is, in my opinion, the best card in this entire deck. This is potency and magnetism and confidence and all of the amazing things. So Cancers, even though this work week is going to be tough, mainly because no one wants to go to work this week because it's a 4-day work week, but this work week is going to be tough. But this weekend, y'all are feeling this full moon energy. This full moon in Pisces is really, really going to just make all of the Cancers shine. Does that make sense? It's going to make all of the Cancers shine. This weekend, Cancers, you guys are all about everybody. You're all about everybody. One of the things I've always loved about Cancers is that you guys, you just want everybody to be happy. Even if you hate somebody, you still want them to be happy. Even if you're like, fuck that motherfucker over there. Oh no, are they, like, you'll drive them to the hospital if they break their leg. Like, y'all hate people, but you still love them. It's so funny. I love you, Cancers. But this weekend, Cancers, just know that this is going to be one amazing full moon for you and a very, very amazing weekend for you. All right. Stones for Cancers. I'm going to give you 2 for the work week, and then I'm going to give you 3 total, okay? So for the work week, red jasper and lapis. And then still lapis for the weekend, but lapis and tiger's eye for the weekend. So red jasper during the week, tiger's eye during the weekend, lapis the entire week. I don't want to give you 2 separate animals. Y'all are the peacock. Y'all are the peacock. I almost gave you the flamingo, but y'all are the peacock. All right. Where's my lovely little Leos at? Where's my lovely little Leos at? Ready? I don't know if I'm ready. The Leopard King, Sword of Law, which is bravery, self-discipline, and faith. Really, Leos? Corruption, pestilence, and malice. How many of y'all watch Rick and Morty? How many of y'all watch Rick and Morty? How many Rick and Morty fans do we have here? You know the episode where the President of the United States calls Rick and Morty to hunt the little animal down in the tunnels? And then they make it like a personal thing to go and fix all of this stuff and make the president look great. And then the president gets mad about it. And one of the generals says, well, why would they do that? He says, because they're assholes. That is exactly what I heard in my head when I turned this card over. Because, and Leos, I want you to hear me out. And I want this to be, I just want you to hear me out. Okay? We know that you guys know your shit. This right here, the sword of law, is bravery and self-discipline and faith. I'm all about this energy for y'all. I am. I'm all about this energy for y'all because I know because I have birthed 2 of you and I know how y'all's weeks went last week. I know that you guys kind of did everything for everybody last week and you didn't really take care of yourselves very good this week. I know. I see you. So I'm all about you having some self-discipline, having some faith in yourself and moving forward, right? Because this week, Leos, you guys are all going to take a massive step forward in your own life, taking charge of a lot of things with you that you've either kind of let fall by the wayside or you've let somebody else take on. But this, Leos, this is why I said they're assholes, because the Abaddon card coupled with this card, y'all are going to have to really rein your own self in. You have to rein your own self in. This Virgo Mercury placement is going to be really intense for you. You're going to be saying some shit you don't mean. You're going to be saying a lot of shit you don't mean, Leos. So be really careful, because every single Leo I have ever met in my entire life, you guys can pop some shit out of your face and make an alligator cry. Y'all can pop some shit out of your face and hurt the feelings of the planet fucking Jupiter. Like, y'all are mean. Y'all are mean. Y'all can be really, really, really mean. And guess what this week is? It is that kind of week. And you're going to do it under the guise of this. If you're going to say something and the next thing out of your mouth, Leos, is going to be, I'm just keeping it real. I'm just being truthful. I didn't mean to offend you. Don't say it. Because you're not just keeping it real. You weren't just being truthful, and you did mean to offend them. I'm just calling you out before you hurt feelings of people that you love. Be careful. Be careful. I don't like this, and I definitely don't like it coupled with this, because this is, y'all can easily slip into a lot of self-righteous talk and behaviors this week, Leo. So just be careful, because here's the thing too. I know you Leos, and y'all don't mind hurting people's feelings at all. You don't mind at all. Until you realize you've hurt somebody's feelings that you care about, and then y'all take that really, really hardcore, because it usually was not your intent. So just be careful. Just be careful. Stones for Leos. Blue lace agate. Blue lace agate, it will help you discern what to say and what not to say. It's for the for the throat chakra. For the throat chakra. Pain is wonderful. For the throat chakra. I'm also going to say rose quartz. Actually, blue lace agate, rose quartz, and sodalite. I think those 3 right there are going to be a powerhouse combination for you Leos this week. Y'all are the crocodile this week. Y'all are the crocodile this week. All right, Virgos. All right, Virgos. So we have Mercury going into Virgo this week. This ought to be fun. Abraham, which is truth and justice and duty, which the Capricorns also had this card. And then the Thinker, which is knowledge, invention, or reinvention and destruction. I'm here for this, Virgos. I was a little worried. I am not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. I was really, really worried y'all were going to pull some shit. I was worried that we were going to have feral Virgos or asshole I was worried. I was worried. Full disclosure. I was worried. This, however, I think is fantastic. You have truth and justice and duty, and then you have reinvention and knowledge. I love this. Virgos, this is a phenomenal week for you. It is a phenomenal week for you. You guys are like the Capricorns, getting back onto your list, back onto your goals, focusing hardcore and on it. And at the same time, you are reinventing you. You're going back and looking at all of the things that you left behind, all of the things that, you know, you were dealing with and so on. And now you're ready to reinvent. You're ready to take a look at all the things that you left behind and reinvent them, utilize them, and turn them into something more, something better, something that's going to help you along your path in a more intense way. This Mercury going into Virgo tomorrow is also going to do something really intense for you and for your brain. Mercury is all about communication. And Virgos are one of the signs that communication is a humongous thing to a Virgo, if you guys didn't know that. Communication is massive to a Virgo. They usually over-communicate, and it's not because they just want to hear themselves talk. It's that sometimes they need to words the thing out repeatedly so they can work it through in their head. But communication is one of the biggest things to a Virgo. Like one of the most biggest snubs you can do to a Virgo is ignore them. Not tell them something. Like, let's say that you are going to meet them somewhere and you're running late. You better tell that bitch you're late. Whether it's 3 minutes or an hour or you ain't coming. You better tell them. You better tell them. But Virgos, this week is going to be phenomenal. This is like one of your best weeks of the year, Virgos. I'm not kidding. And this full moon in Pisces is just energetic to you. You are ready for it. You're here for this eclipse energy. Like it's going to be a great week. It's a great, great week for you, Virgos. I am totally, absolutely here for this. Stones for Virgos. I want it to go right there. Stones for Virgos. I'm also going to recommend Iolite for you guys, if you have it. If you don't, Labradorite will be the next best thing. And then blue apatite. Blue apatite is going to kind of help you focus and get your brain straight. Blue apatite is also attuned to the future and it's used for manifestation. So Iolite if you got it, Labradorite if you don't, and blue apatite. Y'all are the bald eagle this week. Y'all are the bald eagle this week. All right. My little lovely Libra Lulus. My lovely Libra Lulus. Are we ready? The answer is yes. You guys have the martyr. Of course you do. Honesty and shame and restitution. And then the Morrigan, which is interesting with the martyr card. Introspection, opposition, anticipation, revenge. This is interesting. I almost said Leos. Libras. This is an intense energy week that you are not used to. This is a very intense energy week that you are not used to. The energy of this week is setting energetic boundaries for you, Libras. It is. You guys just want everybody to be happy. You want everybody to have a good time. You don't want to have any problems with anything. You just want everything to go smoothly. Well, not this week. This week, Libras, you are ready to tell everybody exactly how it is, what you think of them, what you think of their t-shirt, their car, their dog. You don't care. You don't care. It's not a feral energy. It's a revenge energy. It's not a feral energy. It's a righting the wrongs energy. So, for those of you guys that have Libras in your life, My nose is itching. Somebody's talking about me. For those of you guys that have Libras in your life, just know that this is going to be a week where they're going to say some stuff and you're going to go, you're not going to believe that came out of their face. Not that Libras can't be mean. Not that Libras can't be feral, but Libras on the outside to everybody else, they just want everybody to like them. They want everybody to like them, and they want everybody to be happy and cool. Like they are the mediator of the zodiac. They like balance, right? Not this week. Not this week. My only thing I'm going to say is this, Libras. Be careful what you say. If you know that it's going to piss people off, maybe put it in a note on your phone first. Maybe write it down or voice record it so you know you can't accidentally send it to somebody, and just get it out of your system first. And then if you still feel like that tomorrow, then you know, soften it up a little bit. But because we have a lot of Abaddon energy this week, I'm just saying, keep that in mind. We have a lot of Abaddon energy this week. But Libras, I think that this is time you set some boundaries. This right here tells me that this is time that you set some boundaries spiritually, energetically, etc. This is not a week where Libras are dancing around what's going on. It's not a week where you're mincing words. I'm just saying. But also, like the Leos, I know that if you guys thought you hurt feelings of someone that you really care about, you would be super, super upset. So that's why I said maybe put it in a notepad first. Everybody has a voice recorder on their phone. If you need to get it out and be angry, just scream into that for a minute, get it out of your system, and then work on the words. And then work on the words. Again, I'm going to say, Libras, I feel like this is needed. I feel like y'all have sat on these feelings for too long. Just saying. Those of y'all that have a Libra moon, it's going to affect you even more intensely. Those of you guys that have a Libra Mars, it's also going to affect you really intensely. Stones for Libras. Kambaba Jasper. Kambaba Jasper and Prehnite. 2 green stones. One's very calming and analytical. The other one's healing and uplifting. So Kambaba Jasper and Prehnite. I don't know what animal to give you. Like, I know of a couple, but I don't know. Y'all are the bumblebee this week. Y'all are the bumblebee. Bumblebees usually don't sting unless they're provoked. I almost gave y'all the wasp, I'm not going to lie. But I don't feel like it's complete wasp energy. Y'all are the bumblebee this week. All right, Scorpios. Y'all have Hathor, which is culture, meditation, communication. This is a fantastic card. I love this card, by the way. And you have Abraham, which is truth and justice and duty. Both of these cards came up for Capricorn, too. I'm going to say this. Scorpios and Capricorns, if you are in a relationship with each other, if you have a best friend, if you're a Scorpio and you have a significant other that's a Capricorn, or a best friend or a boss or whatever, y'all are a fucking powerhouse team this week. Y'all are a powerhouse team this week. Scorpios, if you can't wrap your brain around something and you need a little extra assistance, call your Capricorn friend. Capricorns, same. If you need some help trying to wrap your head around something, call your Scorpio friend, because y'all are sharing the exact same get it done type of energy. Except it's a little bit backwards, where the Capricorns are all about truth and justice and I've got to get back on this and this and this. The Scorpios have this energy. They have that energy, but it's like a secondary thing. Their first thing is communication. is getting some things out and done and out of the way like this. I love this for you Scorpios. This is a knuckle down, balls to the wall, let's go kind of week for Scorpios. So for those of you guys that have a Scorpio in your life, and you're not a Capricorn, let's say you have a Scorpio in your life, significant other, kid, boss, best friend, etc., know that they are going to be like hardcore workaholic this week. Hardcore workaholic this week. If you have a Scorpio placement in your chart, look at what that is, what planet it is, look at what house Scorpio governs in your chart. That's going to give you an idea of where your workaholic powerhouse is going to be. Same with Capricorn. Same with any of these, really. You can look and see where Leo is in your chart and see where you're going to be an asshole this week. Like, did you guys realize that you can go really in depth with it and give yourself a really good, solid reading? I'm just saying. Stones for Scorpios. Rutilated quartz. If y'all don't have any rutilated quartz, that is on your mission list. I don't care what sign you are. Rutilated quartz is quartz with gold in it. It amplifies the amplification. Like, rutilated quartz is gorgeous. Rutilated quartz is gorgeous. It's fantastic. Get some. Rutilated quartz, smoky quartz, and black tourmaline, Scorpios. Those three right there. They're going to cleanse all the bullshit energy, cleanse all of the stuff out, and get you on all of your game. I'm here for it. Totally here for it. That needs to go back there. Okay. All right. So that brings me to Sagittarius. Once again, this is your friendly reminder for those of you guys just coming in on TikTok. You can rewatch this as many times as you need to on YouTube. If you're not following me everywhere and following your favorite creators everywhere, please make sure that you do. You can use the code 999, just 3 9s, on my website to get 13% off of any ticket. So any reading, etc. And you can use the code PORTAL 999. I think you have to use them separately. You can use the code PORTAL 999 if you're buying a ticket for one of the portal events, the reads, or the ritual, and it will give you a free month of beginner mentorship classes. Just saying. All right. Ready? Here we go, Sagittarius. Y'all start off with the Martyr card, which is shame and honesty and restitution. And then you have the Thinker, which is knowledge, reinvention, and instruction. Okay. Sagittarius, y'all are in an interesting mindset this week. Your mindset is about teaching. Your mindset is about looking at all of the hardships you've gone through, the traumas, the trials and tribulations, but helping other people. There's going to be a lot of opportunities this week, Sagittarius, where things that you have considered yourself above, and I said it that way on purpose, where you have done all of the inner work, all of the shadow work, all of the trauma work, and you have been rising above your own triggers and feelings. There's going to be a lot of things that pop up this week with other people that you're going to be able to help them because of what you have survived in your life, Sagittarius. This is an amazing position for you guys. Y'all are usually like the party sign of the zodiac. Y'all are the fun loving, you just want everybody to have a good time. Y'all are the party sign of the zodiac, but this week y'all are the teachers of the zodiac. Y'all are the teachers of the zodiac. Y'all are really all about helping other people that have been through the same bullshit you've been through. And I think that this is fantastic, Sagittarius, because a lot of people out there are really hurting right now. There's been a lot of pain, a lot of sickness, a lot of people passing. So this is really, really a good thing, Sagittarius. The world needs you right now. The world needs this teacher and that kind of keep your chin up kid kind of thing. I'm just saying, this right here, I'm here for this. I'm here for this. I'm here for this. I forgot to give an animal for Scorpio. Did I? I must, because everybody's telling me. That's a little hard. Y'all are the chimpanzee. Y'all are the chimpanzee. I had to think for a minute. Y'all are the chimpanzee. Sagittarius, the world needs you this week. The world really, really needs you this week. Just saying. The world really, really needs you this week. Stones for Sagittarius. I'm going to recommend that you wear copper, or that you put your jewelry on copper. Copper is going to help amplify and conduct all of this. I'm going to say red jasper, garnet, carnelian, and obsidian. I know I'm giving you a lot. Red jasper, garnet, carnelian, and obsidian. Just saying. Just saying. Animal for Sagittarius. Y'all are the aardvark. I don't know why, but that's what I heard in my head. So that's what we're going with. Y'all are the aardvark. Now I'm going to have to go and look at what the aardvark means spiritually, because I don't know. I know this was a short and sweet Zodiacs for this week, and I appreciate you guys being so nice. For those of you guys that have had a kidney stone, you know exactly what I'm going through and how I feel. I am now going to go sit in a hot bath and possibly try to eat something. I haven't really been able to eat today. So, yeah. I love you guys. I'll see you. I will not see you tomorrow. I got to move some stuff. I got to do some things and some stuff. So, yeah. Yeah. I love you guys. Y'all have a fantastic, fantastic rest of your evening. Okay? The answer is yes. Just do it. Just let it happen.